Hi, everyone. Welcome to Late Night Snack and Voice of Our Own. I'm Allison Kinnear. Late Night Snack happens every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. I hop onto Facebook Live and share some tidbits, some little snacks about life and leadership or parenting, self-care, all sorts of things. And tonight's snack, this is a big one tonight. I cannot wait. So tonight's snack is the gift of anger. And funny story, I was making the little advertisement that I put out on Facebook in advance, and my 8-year-old daughter came in while I was making it because it's a little picture of a gift with a bow on top, and she said, "The gift of anger." She said, "What are you teaching people for late night snack? How in the world is anger a gift?" And you might also be wondering, how in the world is anger a gift? So tonight I want to talk about that. And I also want to let you know that there is a really special bonus at the end of this video that I'm going to share with you that is another gift. A little bit, hopefully a little bit better than anger, but anger's a pretty great gift too. So hang in there for that. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about, and by the way, this whole thing came up because I had 3 different clients in the course of a week, plus some personal, like friends, family who were talking to me about anger. And so it was like, all right, let's go into anger. So, and this is not the anger that I'm talking about, like when your kids, like when you feel that hot flash of rage kind of thing. I'm talking more a different experience of anger. So first, a story. Several years ago, probably about 10 years ago now, we had a very close family member who was in the hospital due to addiction. And my brother and I were there, and I remember us being in the hospital, and we were in the ICU. By the way, our family member totally pulled through, made it totally fine now. But at the time, we really didn't know what was going, if he was going to make it or not. And we were in the hospital, and I saw my brother and said, "How are you doing?" And he said, "Ugh." And oh, by the way, I'm going to curse. So I know I'm going into a serious story, but there will be cursing happening like right now. So put the earbuds in, or just watch it when the children are hopefully in bed. And but we were in the hospital. I said, "How are you doing?" And my brother just said, "Ugh, that fucker, man, I'm so pissed. Like, that son of a bitch, I can't believe he did this to himself. Like, I'm just so pissed." And he looked at me and said, "How are you doing?" And I was just like crying. And I just said, "I'm so sad. I'm just so sad, and I'm so scared, and I'm just so sad." And my brother kind of nodded and was like, he's over there fuming and I'm there crying. And I looked at him, and I realized in this moment, like, we were totally playing out what is usually played out amongst our genders. And so I looked at him and said, "Tell you what, you hold all the anger for our family, and I'll hold all the sadness." And he looked at me, we both laughed. And at that point, that's when my brother started to cry a little bit. And the reason why I tell you this is because what's come up in my practice this past week, and what I've noticed and what a lot of research shows, is that typically, women are allowed to experience a wide smorgasbord of emotion. We are allowed to feel all the feelings except one, which is anger. And for our men, typically, thus far in our society, hopefully all of these things are changing, but for our men, typically, they are only allowed one emotion, which is anger. And so what for my brother in that moment was probably a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, a lot of fear. He couldn't really he couldn't really express that. So it came out as anger. And for me, I couldn't even get close to the anger because I was dealing with all the sadness and grief. But the anger was there for me as well. And there are times in our lives when violations happen. There are times in our lives where boundaries are crossed. There are times in our lives when things happen that are just wrong or unfair or unjust. And for many men, they may be quick to anger. They might be holding all the anger in the relationship. They might be holding all the anger in the situation. And that anger might be masking fear, sadness, hurt. That might be lying underneath it. And for women, what ends up happening is that we don't we will feel the hot flash of anger because all of the emotions are available to all humans at all times, right? So whether we're men, women, whatever, so we will feel that hot flash of anger, but because we haven't really been trained to know what to do with it, we end up kind of, for lack of a better word, we're kind of impotent. We feel the anger, but we don't know what to do with it. And so we turn it inward. We turn it toward ourselves, or that's when we start yelling at the kids, or we yell at the dog, or we yell at whatever, somebody who we perceive as less powerful, right? Because we get angry. We just may only direct that anger towards those who are perceived to be less powerful. So what do? Why is anger a gift? To me, anger is a gift, not because we want to live in anger. We don't want to live in anger. But anger is like a catalyst emotion. Anger propels us forward into action. Anger is like the fuel that helps us get over the fears that we might have. Anger is the thing is a signal. To me, like anger is like a flash, like a red flag or a signal that gets thrown up that into the air that says a boundary has been crossed. Something has been violated. Something's wrong. Something's not right. It's a signal. It's information, right? And that fuel that comes with anger is like a propelling us towards action. And when we've been, for many women, we've been trained to be, kind of like nice little good girls. I know that was me. That's my upbringing. That's many, many, many women. And so we don't really know what anger is supposed to look like. Our models are typically like violence, yelling, things like that. And that doesn't always come naturally for us. That doesn't always come easily. That's like scary territory. And we know what it's like to be scared by someone yelling at us. So we don't necessarily want to perpetuate that into the world. And I don't really recommend doing that. But anger can fuel us into action so that we can be clear in our communication with those who have crossed our boundaries. So I'm going to say that again. Anger can fuel us, can propel us forward to be clear in our communication with those who have crossed our boundaries. So what anger can do is help us kind of muster the courage to say, I want to talk to you. What you did, what you said, was not okay with me. And I do not want to be in a relationship with you if that kind of behavior continues. So that's not, just that right there. That is not yelling. That's not demeaning anyone. That's not being disrespectful. But sometimes that anger fuels us to be able to have those hard conversations and say what needs to be said in that kind of clarity, in that kind of way. So I encourage you to view anger as a gift, to view anger as a catalyst, to view anger as an emotion that helps us propel ourselves forward and set clear boundaries. Right? That's how anger can be a gift. And then once you do that, once you set those clear boundaries, it's like anger just leaves. Anger stays if we don't take action. Anger can like eat away at us, right? So I leave you with that. The gift of anger. View it as a gift. See it as a signal to take action, and use it as fuel to help you clearly and respectfully communicate with others around boundaries that have been crossed. That's a little gift for you tonight, but that's not all. I have another gift that I want to offer you. So tomorrow is my birthday. October 4th is my birthday. Yay, yay me. 42. And what's so funny is my husband drives bus 42 and I'm turning 42. So I don't know what the number 42 means, but I don't know. Maybe I should look it up. But tomorrow is my birthday. And as a result, I want to offer you a gift. So last week I talked about the Conquer the Imposter Conference, and I've shared a little bit about it on Facebook. And it's going to be for 2 days from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to go into that debilitating feeling that you can so easily feel that can rock your confidence and do a downward spiral in your life. When you feel like you're a fraud, when you feel like maybe you don't deserve the job that you're in, maybe you don't deserve the relationship you're in, maybe you don't deserve whatever it is that you're in. And that if the other person really found out who you were, then maybe they would just like flee. So that's imposter syndrome, right? So I'm doing a 2-day conference in Seattle about how to conquer that. And so the cost for 2 days, for that long of time to kind of unwind all of this stuff, is $197. And to me, I think that's a really great deal. But because tomorrow's my birthday, for 1 day, starting now, up until midnight of tomorrow, midnight on October 4th, I'm offering a $100 discount, because that's my birthday gift to you. So if you know someone who struggles around confidence, who struggles around feeling like they deserve the job that they're in, I invite you to share this with them. I'll be doing a little video tomorrow letting people know that that's what's happening and that's what's going on. You can even send them a little text message and say, hey, $100 off. If you go to my website, www.voiceoferown.com, you'll see a little link for Imposter Conference. And when you start to register, there will be a coupon code, and the coupon code that you will use is birthday. So there you have it. So if you want to get a great deal on an amazing event, now's the time. You've got about a little more than 24 hours to sign up. And I'm going to be, oh my gosh, I have 3 speaking gigs this month. My Mothers of Preschoolers group, one in Puyallup, my W North talk in Seattle, and another Mothers of Preschooler group here in Maple Valley. So it's going to go quick. I've already got people registering starting yesterday, and yeah. So that is my birthday gift to you. I hope you appreciate that. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and sign up. I want to say hi to Natasha. Hello. Thank you so much for coming on. You're amazing. Hi, Mom. My mom's on here too. I saw somebody else popped on, but then they popped off. So yeah. Anyway, I wish you a wonderful night of uninterrupted sleep tonight and always, and I will see you next week. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow because I'm going to do some more videos tomorrow. So anyway, take care. Good night.